What's up everyone, welcome back to more Legend of Zelda the Minish cap. So in the last episode, I started on this game. I went to on a date actually with Princess Zelda to Hyrule Town. I walked Princess Zelda back to her castle, and we attended a ceremony. Vaati came and destructed the ceremony. The Bokori blade, which is a sacred blade in Hyrule, was actually broken. Princess Zelda was turned to stone by Vaati. We were knocked unconscious on the floor. We woke up. The king told us to go find and seek help from the Bokori, which are the Minish. We made it to a forest. We met a talking hat. We learned how to become Minish, to shrink down to the size of a human thumb. And we got 2 art pieces. We found a Minish village, and we learned how to speak Minish. So yeah, all that was done pretty much in the last episode. So that is a lot of crazy things. So today I'm going to go ahead and start on the first dungeon in the game to obtain the earth element, and that is Deepwood Shrine. I am not going to finish it all in this episode, but hopefully we'll do at least half of it today. So let's go ahead and do this. As you could tell, there's a room. This is actually the first room in the dungeon. 2 of these rooms are actually sealed off by spider webs. So yeah, that goes to show we can't enter in them. So let's go ahead and move this stone or this statue and just enter into the room up here. So once you enter into the room up here, you will encounter an enemy called a Slagula, I believe that is the name. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, and by the way, I just wanted to thank Nikki V19, I believe that's his name, something like that. But he actually corrected me and saved me the time of actually looking. The Legend of Zelda the Minish cap is the sequel to Skyward Sword, which is amazing, so I didn't even have to look that up. He posted a comment and I'm like, sweet. And then I actually asked around. I actually asked somebody from Zelda Dungeon, and they told me that it was correct because I'm too lazy to look up for any of the info. So yeah, thank you for actually telling me that. A lot of you guys seem to know more than I do in Zelda, maybe just because I'm a noob or something. But in this room right here, you will find more Slagulas. And once you've done, actually, you don't have to kill them because they're not really harmful. They don't actually come to attack you, so you'll pretty much be safe. Don't worry about it. But right here, what you're gonna want to do is actually pull this lever back, because like I said in the last episode, we still do not know how to swim. Not just yet. We actually have to obtain an item to learn how to swim, or to actually be able to swim in water. But you go ahead and pull this mushroom back by holding R, and if you pull it back all the way, you'll be able to swing or fling across the room. Alright, so anyways, this is what I like to call the main room. This room will be entering it a lot. But this room actually has an an enemy called a Puffstool. Now these trampoline mushroom looking thingies jump around and they produce dust every time they land on the floor. They produce 4 blocks of dust. Now these, you cannot kill them except by absorbing their heads off, because their heads are like trampolines. So it's pretty much every time you hit them, they're gonna bounce right back. Or you can actually take an item and throw them at them. But the question is right here, how do you suck off their heads? That does sound pretty weird in so many ways, but it's true. You have to actually suck their heads off by an item called the Gust Jar, or I'd just say absorbing. Absorbing sounds more appropriate if you ask me. But yeah, that's something we get in this. We're not probably gonna get it. Well, we're gonna get it at the end of this video, hopefully, but we won't be using it until the next one. So yeah, don't count on it. All right, so go ahead and push the statue on that switch, and then stand on the other one, and then the weed thingy that was holding down this barrel is actually broken, so we can actually move this barrel however we want. Well, I tell you, be careful, my lad. The barrel just moved. Okay, thank you, Eslo. A lot of you guys seem to love the voice acting in the previous episode. A lot of you guys liked it. I got a lot of positive feedback on Zelda's voice, especially. Some of you guys didn't. Some of you guys just got annoyed, but yeah, I'm probably gonna do it. And that enemy we just killed is called a Moldozer. These enemies are like, if they see you in the room, they'll pretty much target at you and then attack you like crazy. So make sure to not have them look at you. So right here, if you pull that mushroom back all the way, you can actually get a treasure chest, and inside that chest will be the dungeon map. And I said you can actually get a treasure chest. No, you can find a treasure chest. So dungeon map was right there, and you can actually see a heart piece right there, but that is something we're gonna get later. We can't get it now whatsoever, so I'm just going to pull this back and jump across, fling across the room. Alright, in this room, 2 Sluggulas will fall. Sluggulas, I believe that's the name. Oh my gosh, I'm like, okay, so 2 Sluggulas will fall, and then this enemy called the Pesto, he will chase across you. So just kill him so he doesn't interfere. And then that bottle at the very end, opposite side of the room, opposite side of the switch, just push it all the way to the switch, and then this bridge thing will form, so you can be able to cross the water, because Link is still a baby, and his daddy didn't teach him how to swim. Alright, so go ahead and push these statues. Pretty obvious what you're going to do here. You're going to push 2 of these statues. I don't even think you have to push the second one. You can just, oh, actually you do. Okay. Push that, and open it, and you'll get a small key. And then you can push the other one away. Alright. And then you can exit from here. And if you pick up the bottle, the thing will actually go away. So sometimes you'll get lucky and actually get a rupee, but today we're not. And then you push this stone back or down so you can exit. Alright, exit from here, enter back into the barrel, and you're gonna actually want to move it straight forward. So you're gonna do it counterclockwise, I believe, if you're looking at it from a different angle, and then enter into this room, because this is the only room that actually allows you to enter it. So instead of taking these flight of stairs upwards, don't do that. Go ahead and actually take this mushroom and pull it all the way back, because there is other things you need to do before going up there, because otherwise you'll just find yourself at a dead end, and you'll need keys, and to get the keys to be able to continue. Like I said many times in my Ocarina of Time LP, always just look around. Don't try to rush yourself and find everything. Just always look in every single room and see what you can find and gather, because usually there are going to be keys that you need to get. This game, though, isn't as hard as Ocarina of Time. Actually does not show the slightest difficulty whatsoever, so this game's actually fairly easy when it comes to the dungeons and stuff. Some of the dungeons, though, are just like really hard, but otherwise it's a fairly easy game, so I would not worry too much about it. Plus, hard games are, nice. Sometimes having a nice hard game is actually challenging, because, most of the games nowadays are actually pretty easy, for the Nintendo. Alright, so in this room you'll be locked in a battle room with 3 Bulldozers. Go ahead and just kill these bad boys, because they will try to hurt you. If you look the opposite way, then, they will not affect you whatsoever. And then a key will drop. It actually is not in a fancy chest, it actually just drops randomly from the sky, and the door will open, and it just leads us back to the room that we were in previously. So go ahead and climb these flight of stairs now, because now you can do that, and then jump down. If you are low on health, these 2 bottles, actually one of them should at least contain a heart. Yes, it was. So now this is actually our first heart that we got. That just goes to show how pro we are. We went a full episode and a half without getting a heart, so go ahead and kill these Bulldozers, because I know if you kill enemies in this game, when you ever come back to the room, they're actually not there anymore, so which is good. So you don't have to like refight them every time. Here's a room with a Pesto, and let's kill. Oh no, I don't want to lift that. But you can push this bottle right there. A chest will appear, but we cannot get that right now. That's something you get later. But in this chest, you can actually get the compass. So if you need the compass, here it is. Because I know some people like to get the dungeon map and the compass, just because, well, it's actually very convenient to get them, especially if you're playing the game, if you're new to the game, if you're playing it for the first time and all. In this room, there's actually going to be 4 Pestos. Wait, this door, or that switch, will actually unlock a door, but don't go in it yet. Now, like I said at the very beginning of this episode, you can kill Pestos by absorbing their heads off, or tossing bottles at them. But when you do toss the bottles at them, they'll actually produce some dust, so that is something you're going to have to clean up once you obtain the Gust Jar. Okay, so now that we have that key, we're going to use that key that we just got on this room, and then enter in the room, and this is the halfway mark. Now this mini-boss is called a Matter Pillar. Yes, he is called a Matter Pillar. Basically what we have to do is have to hit his big red nose, and he will freeze for a second, and then a heart will grow out of the back of his tail, and he will become red and become very aggressive, trying to attack Link by any way, so be sure to try to avoid that. I think it takes about 16 slashes for him to die, so it literally should take you 2 times or 3 times total of hitting his nose and then attacking him from behind. Yeah, 3 times, like I said, so. Once you've done that, a chest will appear, and inside that chest will be the item of this temple, and that is the Gust Jar, but you guys aren't going to see what it does until the next episode. So, that pretty much does it, everyone. Thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you guys next time for more Legend of Zelda: The Minish.